Alright, so we're going to finish this video off with a very standard 3 streets of value spot in the bottom left. I'm under the gun with 8s, and I come in for a very, very easy open, and I have full intention of calling all 3 bets that come at me, no matter who 3 bets me. The only way you're going to get me out of this pot is if it goes 3 and 4 bet and I'm facing, $100 and something to call. So flop comes down, I flop middle set. That's fantastic. The fact that there's a flush draw on the board, even better. The reason why I like the fact there's a flush draw is I think I'm way more likely to get my middle set of 8s all in right now than if this board was rainbow. If this board is rainbow, I do run into a lot more top sets when an opponent that I think is pretty reasonable starts showing extreme interest in the pot. I think he can definitely flip over ace-8. That would be a cooler for me. So I think there's just way more likelihood of me getting money in this pot since there is a flush draw and an ace on board. So I bet out and he calls. If he had it raised, I would have very happily raised him back, got it in for all the reasons I just said about since there's a flush draw and an ace on the board, that's just fantastic news for me. With him flat calling me, I'm expecting him to flip over flush draws that don't have a pair right now, ace 4-5 type hands, and then there's like ace high cards, ace king queen jack, stuff like that. So I expect this jack to fall down to hit him pretty hard. I think, like I said, if he doesn't have a pair on the flop and he has a flush draw, he very likely did pick up a pair on the turn, and I'm more excited now to bet and get it in if I do face the raise. So I continue betting as I would if I had ace-jack, and as I would if I had, say, like kings with a flush draw or the high flush draw myself. And he flat calls me again, and the river comes to king. This is a spot I see a lot of people check for some reason, which I've never totally understood why they're afraid of him having queen 10, as queen 10 is a long way to go from this ace-8 flop. Unless he has specifically ace queen 10-9, something like that, there's just really not too many combination of hands that he's going to have that actually have queen 10. So I think a bet is 100% mandatory right now because I expect him to have probably hit this jack and also more likely hit this king. Since if he was peeling me with ace-king XX, putting me on a flush draw, which is very reasonable for him to do, he's definitely going to be happy when he rivers top 2 pair. So I think I can come in with a reasonable size bet here and get looked up pretty often. 125 is good. I think I probably could have gone to about 140, but in this case, I get a really, really light call, and he flips over ace-3, I believe. We'll just wait for it to process here. Yeah, so in his shoes, I think that's a really decent turn call and a really terrible river call because I am not bluffing 3 streets here ever, and it's very easy for me to have been firing with ace, king, queen, turn a gut shot, and then river my king and bet it for value.